yes, it's complicated, and yes, it's imbalanced. That's the key for Fedorsev. He cannot let it be just a clear-cut, kind of a straight linear variation that Magnus has to work out, and then it's over, and then it's a draw or a black win. He has to make it, as we mentioned earlier, a bit muddy those waters. He has to complicate the issue, and I do love the white bishops. I'm very biased. My favourite piece, those bishops. Magnus's favourite pieces. I'll give a secret there. But in the meantime, okay, rook to g5, a really classy move. And if rooks disappear, I do fear for Fedorsev then. He's just trying to, again, simplify the equation, Magnus Carlsen. And rook to h6, the bar slides down. Robert, what's happened here? Is this a necessary kind of gamble by Fedorsev? What does he miss?
It is. He knew that if he traded rooks, he had no winning chances, so he'd rather lose. He wants to go down swinging. The Black Knight can step back to e7. Trades clearly favor Magnus Carlsen, who's ahead by material, and has the safer king. So you're removing defenders from the white side. So it gets a question mark because objectively it was a bad move. It hands white, actually black, a winning advantage, but you have to do it because the draw is a loss. So I think that he made the right decision. And what in the world is that?
Wow, double question mark Magnus Carlsen. What's he missed? Is he just trying to simplify things? He's not losing. Evaluation bar says still better for black, but yeah, I see the look of shock on your face.
Yeah, I just saw the eval bar rise up. We see that it's a blunder. It looks like a stunning move. The idea is clear, right? If white was to pick up the knight on d4, he wants to take the knight on f5. You recapture with the bishop. The queen jumps onto the game. It still looks incredibly strong for black with the rook so active. The queen on f5, the bishop on g3, not really getting the job done. And look at this. The computer says the best move for white is actually not to grab material to allow the activity, but actually just to push the pawn on f4.
That must
be what Magnus missed, Robert.
Well, I think it is hilarious. The best move here is not even to take the sacrifice material, but just to push your pawn to shut in your own bishop. But that shows how sad Fedorsev's position is, and that actually means that Magnus' decision, it deserves exclamation points, not question marks. Because what is f4 here? He might play it, but where are the winning chances possibly going to come from for
Robert,
Vladimir
no
Fedorsev?
one's playing f4 here. I'm sorry.
What was that?
Nobody's playing f4 here.
What was that?
Oh my god. Oh, that was commentator's kiss. I'm putting it on that.
David, are you as surprised as Tanya that he played f4?
Yes, I'm glad, Tanya, you jumped in before me. One more second and I would have said the same, so don't worry. And f4 is such an ugly positional move, but it's based on tactical reasons. The rook is trapped, and I think this is what Magnus underestimated. This is why we saw the bar sink. Even the world number one is human. He didn't spot in advance that the rook could actually be left on this square. f4 is a really classy move, but ultimately, as the computer's pointing out here, king to b8, the blue arrow, showing that black is still fine. You just need to shuffle into the corner. Always step towards the corner if you castle on the long side. If you castle queen side, good tip for everyone. But still, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to say for Magnus Carlsen, 40 seconds on the clock, a trapped rook. Suddenly, for the first real time since we jumped in here, the nerves are going to be jangling. Magnus, he's going to try and focus. He plays the best move. Of course he does. It's the best for a reason, but it's going to be uncomfortable. He's got to untangle. This piece is a big problem long term. And Robert, he's going for it now. Fedorsev.
And Magnus must have some kind of attack against the white king. And the problem is the queen can't jump over the rook. So I'm looking at rook takes f4 check, some kind of sacrifice of the rook to go after the white king. They're not my pieces, so I can give them up and take it back. But Magnus, he's down under 20 seconds. He needs to find something because Fedorsev was threatening to win material.
Wow, and suddenly he goes for that idea, Robert. He's given up a whole rook, Magnus Carlsen, but he's gambling. He's got 20 seconds left. Now Magnus is a whole piece down. Wow, suddenly this is turned. He's living life on the edge, the world number one. Fedorsev, this is his opportunity. He drops back his king. That was a check. Now the black rook surely is going to dive into the position. And Magnus stakes a high 15 seconds.
Oh
suddenly
my
he's lost
gosh.
control. He has lost control, Magnus.
Under 10 seconds now. And the good news of Fedorsev is that the bishop can block the check on the second rank, so you don't end up losing material. And there's no back rank ideas because the knight is defending. Instead of the rook check, Magnus gives a queen check, but white is up a whole piece right now. You could also snap up the knight on e7.
It's a piece for 3 pawns, and the white king is out. But Magnus, he went down to just about 1 or 2 seconds and barely got his moves off. So I see the evaluation. White is favored. That is clear. But it's still within that drawing territory for Magnus. He is mad, but Fedoseev is locked in, trying to find a way to go after the black king, or maybe to checkmate on the back right was threatened a queen sacrifice from Vladimir.
Wow, that was beautiful. Let's just backtrack very quickly. One move. Rook takes queen was not a good idea because white would have landed a back ranker, a back spanker here. That would have been checkmate. So queen g5. He's going for the endgame, Magnus Carlsen. To take or not to take? What do we think? Should he keep the queens on the board?